They don't want to see us win, prosper, and they'll do anything in their power to stop that. To them, we're not even considered human beings. It's time we stand together.
Peace and power, my brothers and my sisters. You're tuned in to the Midnight Advocate, where we shine legal light on dark law and offer truth for the weary and wisdom for the woke. I'm Lucious Conway, your legal night watchman, shedding light in the shadows so you don't stumble in the dark. Tonight's truth is this: police misconduct should not go unchallenged. In Detroit, as in so many cities, accountability starts with courage to document, report, and demand review. We're talking about how to file a formal complaint against police misconduct in the city of Detroit, what it takes, how to do it safely, and why it is God's will concerning us. It's midnight. Let's file some truth. I knew a sister once. She was a single mom. She worked at night and she never bothered anybody. You know, she kept to herself and took care of her kids. One night she's on her way home from work, she gets pulled over. The stop took a turn for the bad. It got a little rough. The officer raised his voice, she raised her hands. He pulls her out of the car, makes her sit on the curb in handcuffs, of course. But, quote unquote, he didn't arrest her, he didn't charge her, he didn't take her in. But he certainly scared her, and he certainly humiliated her. When I talked to her about it, she was shaken, just the memory of it. And it wasn't because she didn't know her rights, it was she just thought, as she expressed to me, that she didn't think anything would happen to the cop if she did report it. But your rights matter. But they can only matter if you assert them, if you use them, if you stand on them. So I encouraged her. We filed a complaint documenting every detail, attaching pictures and statements, and slowly, and of course quietly, because the cops don't want you to know that they got pulled on the carpet, that needle moved. That officer got flagged, and she got some follow-up. But more importantly, she reclaimed her dignity. And that's why this episode matters, because our silence does not protect us. The right paper trail, that leads to us practicing our power. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me badly. Filing a complaint, it is not just paperwork. It's how we protest in ink, make it a matter of the record that's going to exist far longer than many of our generations. And it will stand as a testament to them that we stood up for our rights, and we expect them to do likewise. It's a formal way to say, this is what happened, it wasn't right, and I refuse to let it just slide. I demand some justice. In Detroit, the civilian complaint process exists so that regular folk like us, not just lawyers or politicians, but regular folks can speak up when the police go too far. And not just speak up in street marches, but on paper. Whether you reporting harassment or excessive force, racial profiling, or just plain disrespect, your words matter. And you can report a cop for being disrespectful to you. Because some of them ego tripping and think because they got a badge and a gun, they can talk to you any kind of way. That is not the case. They're held to a higher standard in terms of how they communicate with the public. Your experiences in interacting with them is very, very important, especially to politicians who have to run for office. And remember, police commissioners are often either elected and or appointed by people that have to be voted for. So they care about what the voting public has to say. And they're going to assume if you're voting age that you do vote, especially if you tell them you won't vote for them. whether you can or not. Okay? Let's just keep it real. Our advocacy word tonight is, if injustice touched you, touch it back. If they big enough to pass a link, they big enough to take one. And you're going to touch this injustice back with a complaint, with your courage, with your paper trail that no one can ignore. In our Midnight Law Brief, looking at this topic, how to file a police misconduct complaint in Detroit, we understand these 3 steps to filing a strong complaint. Document everything. Write down what happened immediately. The day, the date, the time, the names of the people involved, the badge numbers of the people involved, license plates, please get license plates if you can, the location, get that, the car number, because most police cars have a number, the location of the event. Take videos or photos if you can. If they bruised you, if they scratched you, take pictures. Take pictures. If they damaged your vehicle or any of your property in any way, take pictures. Get the names of witnesses, whether they're people in your car, people in cars that have stopped to see what's going on, and we need to start doing that for each other. When we see a brother or sister pulled over by a cop, stop and just start videoing. And if you're not going to video, hold your phone up like you're videoing to let the cops know, listen, you're not in the dark. You under a spotlight there, cop. You are in the spotlight now. This movie's starring you, so let's see what you gonna do. Are you a good guy or you a villain? We gonna all know. And that adds a layer of protection for each of us in those engagements and encounters. File through the right channels. Here in Detroit, you're going to contact the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners because they handle the civilian complaints. You're going to file online or by mail or in person, but you're going to file so that you have a record of filing. I don't like doing it by phone, because you can always say, I called and I filed a complaint on the phone. They say, we don't have a record of the phone call, and you out of gas, right? But if you file online, you have a documented record on your side, in their side. If you file by email or snail mail, you have a record. Now, here's the problem with filing by snail mail. If you don't send it return receipt requested, certified, then you're not going to get the proof that they ever received it. So that's going to cost you more than emailing it or doing it online. Doing it online will provide you with the proof that you need that you filed a complaint. All right. On the upcoming slide, of course, I provided a tiny URL that will provide you with those links you need in order to file a police complaint or a complaint for police misconduct online. The Citizen Complaint Office, there's a phone number, but like I said, I'm not going to even bother giving it to you, because even if you record your side of the conversation, it could always be argued, well, you wasn't talking to us, right? And we don't want to leave any kind of an out. Follow up and stay safe. This is number 3. So you're going to keep a copy of everything that you submit. You're going to ask for a case number or confirmation, even in the online portal. You're going to consider sharing your experience with a local advocacy group like the Detroit Justice Center or the ACLU of Michigan. They do have a Detroit office. That's American Civil Liberties Union. And do that especially if you think they're going to try to retaliate against you. Some key phrases that you can use in doing your research and getting your information together. And I'm going to tell you, chatgpt.com. Just type that in your address bar online, chatgpt.com. And you can ask all these questions of this chat engine. It's artificial intelligence, and it searches the entire web to get whatever answers you need, and it'll show you where it got the answer from, and you can verify that it's a valid answer. So, question. I want to file a civil complaint regarding police misconduct in Detroit, Michigan. Or, where can I submit evidence related to the incident in Detroit, Michigan? How can I follow up on the status of my complaint in Detroit, Michigan? If you ask these questions in the order I just gave them to you to chatgpt.com, you don't have to retype the information that you typed at first, because it remembers that information. So any question you ask after that, the artificial intelligence program is going to assume you mean as related to the initial question, the first question, and it's going to keep following up with you based on that first question, unless you tell it something else, that you want information regarding something else, okay? So you're looking at the slide. Write down the tiny URL number, site, and put that in your search bar, and it'll take you where you need to go. If you've been mistreated, don't carry that in silence. Start your complaint by using that tiny URL. It's your story. Tell it loud, tell it clear, tell it now. Our spiritual food is coming from Proverbs chapter 31, verse 9. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy, even if that is you. We serve a God of truth and justice, brothers and sisters. Yes, we do. A God who listens when the world shuts its ears. Filing a complaint is more than legal. This is Bible. It's scriptural. When you speak truth against oppression, you honor the divine image in you. When you demand fairness, you echo heaven's cry for justice. That's why your experience matters. Your voice is holy, sanctified. Your paper trail is part of your prayer for and God's promise of change in the way of justice. If this episode touches a memory, a pain, or a name you haven't said in a while, it's time for you to act. Write it down. File your complaint. Share that tiny URL. Don't let the system bury your justice. And if you're afraid to take the first step, don't take it alone. Reach out. Let someone walk it with you. I'm here. But I'm sure you know somebody else that would be more than happy to walk it out with you, given the opportunity. Right? Justice needs more than rage. Justice needs records. Let's file them. Let's pray it out. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He bless your voice, sharpen your memory, and keep your truth from being erased. May the Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May grace cover your pain and light fall on your path to justice. May the Lord lift His countenance upon you and give you peace. May you sleep tonight in silence, not in silence, but in strength, knowing your story is written, your dignity defended, and your voice heard. Together we rise. This is the Midnight Advocate.